You're about to listen to the award-winning Stuart Tedesco Show. This show is for biologically and emotionally mature audiences. If you should not be here, please go away. We'll still be here when you're mature enough to partake. Mwah!
Doing it.
Hey everyone.
Here we are.
Welcome to the Stuart Tedesco Show. I'm Dave.
I'm Alyssa.
I'm Carrie.
Carrie's with us.
Yay, Carrie. Hi,
Yay, Carrie.
Carrie.
I said last week as a teaser I was going to have another person with us today, but they seem to be wounded and will not making it with us today. That's fine.
Who's wounded? Oh,
Cheese.
The cheese.
Cheese is wounded.
Cheese is wounded. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yes.
Will he be okay wounded? It's like bat. Like, is it like just old person
knee? It's old person.
Old person knee thing.
Yep.
Ugh.
Yeah, I'm getting my own.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 3 flights of stairs, and he was like, "Yeah, not today, dude."
Oh,
That's all right.
love to the cheese.
Yeah, it's all good.
Send him my love.
Yep. It's all good. But Carrie's here. How are you?
Yeah, it's nice to hear.
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, just relaxing. So thanks for getting me out of the house today.
Is that why the name of your wine? Is that why you're relaxing?
Exactly.
Okay, fair enough.
Whole point.
Do you have like a sponsorship deal with them, or
I do now.
if you're getting something for it?
Even free wine is nice.
Yeah, right.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
Oh my god, I was hoping the beer drop would, throw a little something my way, but no. The only people who gives us free shit is Clone Willy. Empire Labs is.
We freaking love you, Empire Labs.
That's true.
I mean,
all of the people.
yeah,
Let me
but
see.
I have a little bit extra special love for Empire Labs.
Let
So
me take a
they've been with
quick
us a long time, and I think they're pretty neato. And they're always thinking of new shit.
So if you go to
The Clone Willy people.
Gotcha.
StuartPedasso.com, who's giving anybody else giving us free shit? Mm-hmm. Nope.
Here's all the nopes.
Nope. This Rocks and Relics thing's never given me anything free either.
Well,
I'm just fucking around.
I mean, I don't think you won't. Actually, that's not true.
We talked about this.
I did give something free to this.
No, I know.
For
But I meant about for the Christmas. Envy hasn't.
Which one's that?
Better Off Dead.
Better Off Dead.
Oh, so good. I
That's
own
the
it.
$2.
Nope.
Yeah.
Right?
Nope. That's
But
it.
no, but that's not saying. I'm not saying.
I mean,
that
that's
to
not
diss
saying we
anyone.
don't love, because we
No,
do
no,
like
no.
them, and
Oh,
some of
yeah.
them we purchase from, and we're thankful for
They
it.
wouldn't be on They wouldn't be at
Yeah.
StuartPedasso.com if they weren't cool. So
Yeah.
by all means, don't take that
'Cause
as like don't.
The bookstore, don't go away. I still use you.
Oh yeah, totally. Oh, no question. There's like multiple books, links to multiple bookstores at StuartPedasso.com.
I went to the Themata market today. It's a indoor. Well, they have it during the week. It's called Themata.
Okay.
It's at the Armory.
The Culver Road one.
Yes,
that's-
yes,
okay.
the nice Armory, yeah, that one. So it's at the Armory, and it's a building behind the Armory, and they have an indoor market for local artisans, and but during the summer they do it outside, but obviously cold now. They did it inside, but I went by there, and there was a point to this, and now I've already forgotten it.
Well, we'll come back to it. We have
Holy
tons of
shit!
time. Dude, we're only 3 minutes in.
What did
so
I
there's
just?
tons
What
of
did we were just saying before?
art, free
Armory.
stuff,
Armory. I don't know. Art.
Cool stuff.
small businesses we like.
I don't know. I don't remember. There was a point to it.
Somewhere you went today.
I
Okay.
went there. I don't know. I got way too off on it. That's what happens to me with my
That's all
brain.
right. Tell you what, you said you had other artsy stuff.
I have a lot of artsy stuff.
Let's talk
today.
about your artsy stuff because I have something that may take up like half a show,
Oh,
or
yeah?
not, or it could take 2 minutes. But we'll once we get to it, because I could use your help with something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what about because you've already started on the artsy road?
Well, I guess I'll just stick with the artsy route. So today was actually a really cool day. So I went to this, like I said, Themata. A friend of mine, Lyndon, he is a local hairdresser, but he also has a little side business of making necklaces, and they're great. And he got in touch with me like about a year or so ago when he first started, because he knows I know. Well, one, I make jewelry, and two, I work in retail that sells jewelry. So he's like, hey, you you know things like this. So hey, let me talk to you about how to price my stuff. So I gave him some tips and some ideas, and I went in there and I took a look, and I was like, your stuff is great and your prices are really great. I could probably make them higher, but whatever. I just was like, your prices are really great. So I went to Thamada.
I'm pretty fucking cheap too. But I think we're talking about two different
I was
things.
going to say, you're talking jewelry, right?
Yeah, he does jewelry.
Yeah, mine's not jewelry.
He does jewelry.
Yeah.
So I went there.
Mine's blowjobs at the bus station. So
Mind you, because it's so
cheap. I'm cheap. Oh, yeah.
It's Black Friday. I don't really want. I mean, I don't
wouldn't
really
get one.
want to support capitalism all the
You
time.
want a blowjob at the bus station?
Buy one,
you?
get one? I don't know. You
you
said
maybe.
it's Black Friday.
You get
Do
the friends and family discount.
Sorry.
Wait till the show's over. I got you. I'll hook you up.
Anyhow.
Back to the jewelry.
All right.
Jewelry. So I went. So I
You've
went
listened to this show before,
I
right?
know. I
Okay.
know.
Jesus.
I know.
You're looking at me like this is the first time I've ever been totally rude before. Jeez.
No, I'm probably rude more often
Okay.
actually.
Dang.
So I went to Thamada. I bought some stuff there. I went over to Peppermint, another local store around the corner there. I went to several different places. Went to Salty Boutique, went to Statement Boutique, and then I ended up over at the Mag. So I went to a bunch of local stores today to buy gifts, though I did buy things for myself, I won't lie. You know what? You can always use another fur-scented candle during this time of the
Absolutely.
year.
I'm sorry. What was that
Absolutely.
first word?
Fur? Like a tree?
FIR.
F-I-R.
Sorry.
Fur.
What were you thinking?
Whoa, burning animal hair. I was like, oh my God.
No.
would that-
Why?
I thought the Gwyneth Paltrow vagina
Fraser
candle was
fur.
bad.
No,
Holy
Fraser fur.
crap.
Sorry, I should have said Fraser fur. Maybe
Wow.
that
No,
would
No,
it
that wouldn't help me.
It was
That wouldn't have
pretty.
helped you.
Not you, but
yeah. So
it was pretty
Look, don't-
obvious.
come on, man. There's
but I-
documented evidence this doesn't work right.
I have been looking at candles, so I knew exactly.
yeah, I mean,
Trying to find a funny one for
oh,
Christmas.
for a gift
for
someone.
Dominic. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's into
Ooh,
burning candles.
then not the Gwyneth Paltrow
Well, I
my
got
vagina
something
candle.
about these nuts,
Oh, that's good.
and
That's good.
it's banana nut bread scented.
Okay.
Hey, when he was younger, it was the funniest thing when he would get me to say what, and he got to say that, and I didn't say he was in trouble, so it was funny.
It's
so.
fun. It's a
He's 15 now. I think it's appropriate. These nuts. It's even
right.
spelled like that. So.
Just
Yeah.
please don't tell my students about it, please.
no. Don't.
That's all I need. I get enough bullshit. Anyway, yes, art.
So,
Sorry.
Anyway,
How
one
about
of the
those
things-
arts, huh?
How about those arts? So anyway, going to the different places and especially going to the art. So I'm at this weird place in my life, in my brain, and my creativity, and my whole like being of like. I'm feeling my energy pulled artistically in so many directions. Like I have thoughts and ideas of like projects. Like it's really hard for me to even nail down like what to do first. I have so many ideas.
So I have a similar
And all different kinds of
situation
things.
with activists.
Okay.
The activism stuff. But and is there anything like a burning thing? Because I don't have a burning thing. I have all these ideas and I don't know what to focus on.
Well, I feel like the first thing I got to do is I got to use the things that I have. So, like right now, I do have some clay to use up. So, I do have a clay idea. So, I'm going to do my clay idea first because I have it already.
I don't want an ashtray.
It's not going to be an ashtray.
But
I like to
glad
go
we got
into-
that awkward.
But going to
Conversation.
Thamada, there was some pottery there, and that gave me some ideas and stuff. So, I mean, I'm not gonna do it. They all do it like legit. Like they use a kiln and have like all the stuff. I do everything air dry or a low setting in the oven because that's what I have. But it works fine. It's just a lot of them you can't. They're just for show or like plants and stuff. You can't eat from them. But anyway, it's cool. So I have all these. So I have these ideas to do with clay, and then I've got some mixed media ideas. And then I've got like a mixed media and clay idea. And then I've got painting idea. And then even bracelets. I want to kind of go in a different direction with my bracelets. I'm a little nervous to do it because the other ones are fine. I don't know. It's like you get a new idea. I guess it's just like a musician. They get like this new idea and they want to go in a different direction. They're like, I really love this direction. This is what I'm feeling right now as an artist. And they go that direction. People are like, kind of like what you did before, so I'm kind of feeling that, Dave. That's what I'm feeling like with my, in photography, I've been dabbling in photography as well.
But and I know you know this, but isn't the thing about art is to do it for you and not worry about what other people think?
Yeah, but I am not wealthy enough, and I don't, that I can I need to also figure out some ways to make money with it. I can't, it's fun to have the hobbies and I enjoy it. And I already made a clay piece, and I'm not going to sell it or anything. I just think it looked cool, and I'm just going to keep it. It was a cool looking bud vase, and I'm going to keep it.
Do you want us to just sit here and listen, or do you want ideas? I'm being serious.
Oh, no. I mean, yeah, give me ideas.
Maybe on your social media, you can take a poll.
Yeah. That's not a bad idea.
No. It gets people who follow you more interactive, and you can get an idea of what they think. Like, hey, I'm making these bracelets. I want to start making ankle bracelets. I don't know what you're
Whatever is my
about.
next. Yeah. But let's say it's ankle bracelets.
What do you think? Yes, go for it, girl.
Yeah,
no, what are you thinking
no,
of?
your other
And I
stuff's
don't
awesome.
know what
Yeah,
the
yeah.
third one is.
Whatever it is.
Maybe something about my nads. I don't know.
Probably. So just say D's nuts.
D.
Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
Okay,
just say
so
D's nuts.
I am not putting that in the show notes at all. I just refuse. Sorry. I won't do it.
I gotta pull up the.
And the fact that it's taken 15 years for D's nuts to finally make it onto this podcast, I'm
like,
sad
no.
but proud. Proud, but I didn't want something like D's nuts.
Well,
It's fine.
It's done.
It's no big
It's
deal.
done, and
Oh,
now
I
it's
know.
all done now.
It's totally fine.
It's happened.
It's fine.
It's gonna be in the notes somewhere. I know it.
No, I'm not going to put it in the notes.
Not at all.
No, you'll just have to. Long-time listeners will be like, "What? Did he just say what I thought he said?"
So yeah, so here's the thing, and this is my husband's frustration with me, is that and I know this has to do with my disability. I don't know, quote unquote disability, I guess. I mean, with the ADHD, I have that hyperfixation thing. Well, I really hyperfixate on something, and then I put so much energy in it. Blah blah blah. Oh, that's funny. I put so much energy into it, and then I get burnt out and I'm done. And then I can't stand it, and I don't want to do it anymore.
So I'm happy the D's nuts candle is in a jar. I thought it was going to be in the shape of nuts, like those truck nuts kind of thing. That's
I knew
what I thought with a
I knew
wick
what you
on
were
it.
talking about.
They did have a Xanax shaped one that I
that's
probably
funny.
should have gotten for myself.
Okay.
Actually, he would have probably handed it right back to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know what? It really is all about money. For me, sadly, it's about money and time, just as probably everybody else.
It's that age old, even in the Renaissance, that if you didn't have a sponsor,
Like, what are you gonna? You
Right,
know?
yeah.
I do not have a sponsor. I have friends who buy bracelets from me sometimes, and other people's, but I really want to explore these other interests, but I really do want to find some ways to make money still as an artist. Like, I don't want to stop doing that. So I do want to find things that could be eventually profitable. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do things like coloring for fun, because I'm not going to make money off of. I mean, maybe somebody does, but
No, I totally do. I mean, it's this sitting around thinking about, is this ever something that at least could just pay for itself, even though
Right.
it hasn't for 15 years.
right, exactly,
Right.
exactly. I mean,
So I totally understand. Absolutely. If
Yeah.
I really every day spent 2 hours a day, which isn't even a lot, but you work all day and you come home, the last thing you feel like doing is sitting in front of a computer for 2 hours trying to get word out about your affiliate stuff, right? Yeah, nobody who goes, woo, I can't wait to come home and shop, sell my wares on the internet. Woo.
God.
Right.
I mean, and some people do really well. Like, like my friend Sabra, like, she does great on Etsy. Like, she does really well on it. Like, it actually really, she makes, I don't know if she makes a profit. I don't know her bills, but I mean, I do know that
I just
she'll
bought
have
something off of Etsy. So yeah.
Yeah, so I know that, like, she's a friend who does sell on Etsy and does, like, she'll tell me, oh my God, I had 4 Etsy orders, yesterday or something. 4 Etsy orders in one day for one person. That's
Yeah.
not nothing for sure. Yeah. So even if it's just a $28 mug, that adds up.
Yes, it does.
So when do I get my bracelet?
Anklet.
No. Actually,
asked for-
I am
no,
buying.
ankle-
I am
ankle
buying.
bracelet.
I am buying a
Yeah,
bracelet.
yeah, he is.
I
Yeah.
was just fucking around. Whatever. Like before Christmas.
I want
all
one
right?
of those.
Okay.
If only you can turn jewelry into fidgets somehow.
Oh, they do have jewelry. They have fidget
Yeah, it
jewelry.
makes my-
They do.
Oh, it
They have
makes
jewelry fidget things.
it makes my finger. I bought some, and it makes my fingers turn green. So I
Yeah,
don't keep
yeah.
them on
You gotta
long
get
enough.
good- yeah, you have to get.
Maybe you're
better.
just naturally turning green. It
could be that. Could be
Why
that.
blame the jewelry?
Well, the fact that I have to get them so that they're adjustable means they're not going to be quality because I can't get them over my knuckles to begin with. You know,
Yeah, because if you got there's probably really good quality ones, but they're
they're to get it. Yeah,
if you
it's
got
tough.
knuckle issues, then
I'll have to. They'll have to solder it right on my fingers.
That's a commitment.
Yeah. Hence, I don't wear jewelry.
No, I don't either, but for different reasons.
Probably for the same.
I still don't like shit hanging off me. That's all.
Again.
Oh, okay.
Same.
Well, you were talking about your
I don't have
knuckles.
any jewelry. None. I don't.
I like jewelry.
Except my, I have my
I
ass
do when I
pierced.
dress up.
I have my
I love jewelry. I just don't wear it because it's uncomfortable. It's not natural for me, I guess. I don't know.
Feel naked.
I mean, my
Without it, right?
Yeah, I feel actually kind of naked that I have no bracelets on right now at all.
my ass may have turned green. I just can't see it. So I'm trying to go too
Ridiculous.
cheap with my ass piercing.
Ridiculous.
Like there's anything else you would expect. I do
All
have
right,
a
so-
serious thing. Though.
So I should do a poll, you think?
Yeah, something like that.
Huh. All right.
I mean, what's the worst that would happen?
Nobody will answer it.
Do a little this or that, kind of like they do. Is one or two? One or two?
One or two. What do
One
you
or
think?
two.
Should I keep doing this? Should I not keep doing
You
this?
might get ideas from people that you never thought of. Like, hey,
Sure.
put this with this, and
Oh, so the other thing I bought today the only thing I bought today that was not local black was I bought paint from there's Stuart Semple paints. He's an artist. He's a British artist, and he does kind of interesting conceptual, kind of weird stuff. I dig him. He likes to stick it to the man and the things and all that. But anyway, he puts out a black. It's called Blackest Black, and there's been 4 incarnations of it now. So now it's at 4.0. I already had 2.0, which is pretty fucking black. This is 4.0. It's even more black.
You do it, because I'm.
no, I'm scared.
More black.
What does that mean? I don't understand.
The pigment is,
Okay.
is a
All
deeper
right.
is
Didn't
a
know where to
deeper
go with
black.
Well, it's just black, dude.
No, it's not.
Because
No.
light black is called charcoal.
No,
there's a different
no.
depth or something to
No, if it's a high pigment, these are like super high pigments, and it just keeps getting like a higher and higher pigment.
You ever had two black things and you set them next to each other, but
Okay.
a different shade?
Okay, this sounds.
This is the same thing.
I think I saw this a scene in Spinal Tap.
I know. I posted it on Facebook, and then I also wrote in there, insert Spinal Tap joke here.
Yeah.
Was it really on Spinal Tap? I've never seen
Well,
it.
they talked about the.
Fuck you, Carrie.
Yeah. Have you really never seen it?
Really
No,
haven't.
this is a thing between
Oh,
us.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
been
But I really
years.
haven't.
It's been years.
How could it be any more black?
Right. Like the answer is none.
None blacker. None blacker. Yeah. So this is, and the whole reason is there's this fucking tool artist named Anish Kapoor who bought up, there was a thing called Vanta Black. He bought all of it. It was the blackest black that was available.
I don't understand.
He purchased all the Vanta Black that was made.
In the world?
Can't
Well,
you make
this one
more?
company, I guess, made it, and he bought all of it.
Wow.
So nobody has the Vanta Black, just this guy. And he's the dude who made the cloud bean thing in Chicago. You know that thing that's shaped like a bean in the middle of Chicago? It's a big, huge
No, sorry.
huge sculpture. Actually the name of it is Clouds, but everybody calls it Bean because it looks like a big bean. Anyway, he's a fucking tool. So yeah, that's why Stuart Semple made these other paints that just get blacker and blacker. So I am so excited to get this 4.0. I'm going to paint one of my vases or clay things with it.
Okay. Do we know what
With the blacker than black.
Do we know what Tool Guy's doing with all of the black?
Probably his own.
Just bathing in it, rolling around in it.
I don't know.
Bathing.
It's funny though if you go to the
I
website.
have the black. He's like naked rolling
I
around.
don't know.
In
He's a
bucket
tool.
of it.
He's real. He's just like one of those super duper pretentious artists that everybody hates.
Recreating the flash dance thing, where he
Probably.
Oh, the
thing and
bucket.
Yeah, the bucket all over.
Tool.
him.
He yeah. Well, if you go to Stuart Semple's, if you go to their page, if you go to the page to buy the paint, or if you go to his artist page, if you try to buy something, you have to say that you are not Anish Kapoor, nor are you associated with Anish Kapoor in any way. Nobody is. If you are him or associated with him, you are not allowed to buy it. So you have to say you are not him. It tells you cannot be him or associated with him.
That sounds like as what's the word I'm looking for? That sounds as
Trustworthy?
no, sounds like it's effective as like, are you over 21?
Yep. Security
Yes,
measure.
right?
Yep.
Right. Well, I mean,
I
Anish
get
Kapoor
it.
is not
I
buying
asked.
it.
It's a poke.
Yeah,
It's a poke. I
it's
get
funny,
it. I
and
totally
everybody
understand.
thinks it's funny. And he also has all this stuff
Well,
like
if I went there knowing absolutely what I know now, I would be like, "What the fuck is this? What? No, I'm not. What? Do you,
well, the other stuff that he does
looks like
is
an
he does
Indian
these
dish. What? I don't even know what this is.
he does these he takes these colors that are like the Tiffany blue is copyrighted, and the the Calvin Klein blue, there's a dark Calvin Klein blue, that one's also, and there's a Barbie pink that's also, there's all these colors that are copyrighted, and he's made versions of them to sell that are not exactly the same but pretty much the fucking same. Like I couldn't tell the difference.
How can
Well,
a color be copyrighted?
that is a foreign
definitely.
concept to me.
Oh yeah.
But do you know what it
facts.
is?
What happens if you
I'm
accidentally make it?
doing
Well, you're not trying to sell it though. I mean, you might. I
As
could
a
make.
paint, you mean? Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
I got you. Like nail polish. Okay.
So I'm gonna.
I got it.
I will.
Never mind.
Sorry, I'm doing a visual thing here, folks, but I will totally explain it. So it's what I would use with a lot of my kids. What they know now, they know what my favorite American Sign Language sign is, and that's
What's that?
capitalism. It's dollar signs in front of the eyes,
Oh,
and
interesting.
that's what it's all
So that's
about.
why it's copyrighted.
Yeah,
because
Oh,
uh,
absolutely.
capitalism.
Yeah.
But he makes versions of him and kind of thumbs it, and they're like, and it's pretty fucking hilarious, I gotta say. So and then he makes all these cool shit. I like. Oh, and a chrome. He makes the best chrome that literally looks like a mirror almost. It's so good. I've used it already on a piece of furniture.
I had a kid working on an assignment on the men who built America. And she's talking about what great things these guys did. Because look at what the Carnegie Hall, he donated all this. Let me tell you what these men really did. This poor girl. Yeah. Capitalism.
Do you want a young reader's version of Zen?
Huh?
Take with you?
Oh, what?
I got something for you after the show.
I'm scared. What?
No, it's
a book.
It's a book. Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
It's not on.
We're not scared of books.
Unless I can listen to it on. No, I'm just kidding.
No, but you might use it for. I have the digital version. Didn't I ever give that to you?
What?
Okay, we'll talk after the show.
Jesus. Say what I say in class. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph.
Okay, I think we've talked about this on the show. I have taken digital copies of different young readers' version of alternative, I hate using that word, but alternative history books, and turned it into one textbook.
Cool.
And it brings in Howard Zinn and some other authors who I'm going to blank out on right now. But the Indigenous Peoples History of the United States, the alternative history from Oliver Stone's stuff, who's a little weird, but the writing's good because he didn't do it by himself, so it's not too fucking crazy. And then Lewis Henry Gates Jr., his middle school book on Reconstruction, and a couple other places, and just smush them all together, and it's good. Now,
If you
kids
say so
might be kids might be a little bit, they unless you get the cool ones that are really into history. But other than that, they'll be just like, whatever. But it really brings up stuff that
We weren't taught.
Well, and stuff we weren't taught.
Weren't taught correctly.
Right. Well, like you said, well, let me tell you what they actually did. And it, and like when you learn about, like, with some of the kids I'm in right now, don't worry, I'm going to be careful here. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. not getting fired from this job. So that we're doing the Industrial Revolution, the U.S. Industrial Revolution, and usually you read about the Carnegie and maybe you'll do this little paragraph on the robber barons, but that's about it. You'll get a political cartoon.
Yep.
Right. Usually the octopus and Standard Oil. That's the one they always use on every standardized test. But this one actually tells stories about how kids working in factories started strikes. And that doesn't get into textbooks.
Nope, it doesn't. And that's the stuff the kids love to hear
right,
about.
and women who led strikes when guys wouldn't go out on a limb and do shit like that. It was the women and kids who fucking got shit going. And so this stuff talks about that as opposed to just, all the white men did all the stuff. So
I don't know. I'm taking this thing, professional development, and it's basically... They're talking about African American language, and it's a language, and they're breaking it down to how the African peoples came in their language structure, and how like certain things that we've taken and we've turned it into a way of looking at, like making them seem dumb or less than, or a little. So I was watching a movie today, and I love
speak
old movies.
Proper English.
Oh yeah, which
right.
they were. It was amazing what they actually did. But it's not looked at that way. It was looked at, and it is all of, and I've had students and I've had people say to me, well, that's not true. That's just not true. And I watched a movie today. Literally, and it was on regular TV, so I couldn't rewind it. This little white kid said to the black character, it was in 1944 when he gave him the key to the door, "Mighty white of you. Mighty white of you." Said it to the black character.
I have heard. Yeah.
In a Hollywood movie.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I was like... because there's all this like, because you always get that other argument of, it's just people make a big deal out of it. No, it really.
And when you think about it, that's really, in some ways, really not that long ago.
No, not at all. And when they disagree about
Less than 100 years ago.
institutionalized, and what they're worried about is that the generation, the youth coming up now, aren't understanding, or they're trying to get them away from understanding what institutional racism is, what our country really was like.
It is a concern because a lot of the students I work with, while they think, they don't use this term, I'll use this term, that they're relatively more woke, that they understand about racism, and they joke around in terms of ways. And I guess, you know what, I'm not going to lie, when I was definitely a minority at the school I went to, and I had black people telling me black person jokes, and I'm not going to use the N-word here, right? And
Alex, same with Alec.
Right.
Alec, my son also mostly
but it's
all
a
black
concern
friends
to me that
Me too much.
you're the minority as well. Yeah,
it's a concern to me that really understanding the institutional part of it. Yeah, okay, maybe you and your friends treat each other cool or whatever, whether you do or not, it's different, we can talk about it. But yeah, that concerns me as well. That's like, guys, you really are not getting... I'm getting shot in the head by cops for this, and
I think the part of the and I
think it just have to grow. I think they just have to grow up a little on that.
They have to grow up together. My biggest issue, and I talked to some people that I work with. It's been an issue in our district. It's been a hot topic. Our district is majority kids of color, and majority teachers are white.
So if you're downloading from Romania, like someone did last week. Yep.
No, that's
just
a fact.
Just both Carrie and I are teachers, so just.
My bad. My bad.
No, you're
so
fine.
Bad.
You're all right.
No, and it's
my
just
job. I'm steering the ship. You're all right.
No, it's just. I don't know. It just worries me that there's nothing wrong with knowing the truth.
So I will share with you, and actually I'll say this to anybody out there who, even if you just want to look at it, even if you're not a teacher, you're gonna have to take a step. You're going to have to actually do something. You'll have to reach out to me here at stuartpedasso.com, stuartpedasso@gmail.com, and I will send you the link to the Google Drive folder that has all of this stuff. I have it digitized. And it's there. Yours is Google stuff for the taking to use. It's obviously, if we can go back to copyrights, I paid for all of it, but I do not have permission. So I'm not selling it. I will share it for free for anybody who wants it.
I don't know. I forgot where I saw it, but this is probably what bothered me the most is some gentleman, news person, I assume, walked up to a guy holding a Confederate flag in front of one of the statues they didn't want to take down or whatever. And basically he was adamant that the war was fought over money. It was financial. And the man actually pointed out that the financial was slavery.
Right.
Yeah,
But the guy could not see,
they don't want to talk about
and
it.
he never will. So you're
It's
not
about
going to
states' rights. Okay,
you're
states'
not
rights
gonna
what?
But you're not going to
States' rights
change
what?
them.
Yeah,
You're going to
you
only
know.
affect the kids
Yeah.
if they're shown, in my opinion, see people of different varieties, maybe a nice word to say,
Well, okay.
naturally as a child.
So, okay, even though, and
All kinds of peeps.
the corporate
Yeah, exactly.
media is not talking about it, but there actually are thousands of people in the streets these days. There are. It's just you're just not seeing it on the news. And so, apart from that, though, if you're not able to do that on a weekend or on a daily basis or whatever, doing the type of stuff we're talking about is revolutionary. It is.
Yeah.
It's like, even though you have to do it in the context of getting a good observation so you don't get fired.
Well, I have more faith in our kids. I do. They have
too.
they have at their fingertips what nobody in any other century time.
Yeah, but-
the information. Yes, it will go wrong.
Yes,
Don't get
but
me wrong.
there's also-
but there's the majority that will just having the information, and it'll get twisted, and it'll get. But I don't know. I
There was
believe there's more good
nobody-
than bad.
There was nobody in my life coming up that talked about this stuff. Nothing.
No, but I will give my mother credit. Kudos for never. So I can share this maybe. Okay, so I was in high school, right? A girlfriend of mine and I, we had a set of twins, right? There were two sets of twins, believe it or not. And this is, I don't know, 1981, 82. And we liked the boys, and we went in, and there was actually a sweet shop that we went to, a little corner store. It was a sub shop, but it was local, and it was all the people in the neighborhood. And we're like, oh yeah, we're dating the twins, and they assumed it was, and my girlfriend's like hitting me like, no, like don't say anything. I was asked to leave the store because they were black. Her father came up to me and said, yeah, this is in 1981. But these guys were part of our friend group. As long as you didn't cross a certain line, you know what I mean?
It was fine for them to be your friends, but you can't date them. Is that is that how that is
absolutely.
that how that's how they felt about it?
Absolutely,
Wow.
which blew my mind because to me,
I was like, what difference does it make?
but everybody else knew it. Everybody else but me. I was like the dumb one, like, oh yeah, dumb. Meaning in my mind, I looked dumb, but I got to give my mother credit for at least, I don't know how, but I didn't see people as less than.
I cannot imagine. I mean, this is a thought experiment I'm sure everybody does. Like, knowing what you know now, if you were to go back and be you then, kind of thing. You know what I
Scary.
mean? Right, but knowing what you know now. So in the school I went to, like you, in the city, being, one of the fewer white people there, I was oblivious to whatever was going on there. And I just, knowing what I know now, I can't even, my head probably would explode.
Yeah.
And I can't think back to anything. Oh, I remember a time when this happened. I didn't realize how racist that. none of that
Yeah.
is in my head. I have no idea.
But you grow up with it being normalized.
Yeah,
And
totally.
that, I think, is what the big issue is. And I think a lot of the CRT or whatever they want to go off on, I think those grandparents are still alive, that there's pictures of them spitting on the kids coming into school.
I
So
just
they
saw
don't
the
want to see
person,
it.
one of the kids who was forced to be segregated in Arkansas, just turned 69. She's still alive. So this isn't, like you were saying,
Yeah.
that's not that long ago.
Right. These are
There's still, some of those kids
Yeah.
are still freaking alive.
Yep.
So absolutely, no question.
And I think that's what they're trying to
that's
do
like
is
around
separate the kids
Yeah, that's
again.
like around I think that's around like my father-in-law's age.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, that to me, like that's not that long ago.
Not at all.
Yep.
Well, this is a good segue, if that's okay, because I'm going to combine arts and this activism, potentially racist
My
stuff.
goodness.
So I need your help brainstorming on something, because and again, talking about all these different ideas and I don't know what to pick. If I pick this is huge. This is like a years-long project. I think, and again, from week to week, there's very few times that we do this show without any kind of mind-altering substances, usually alcohol of some kind. So if I have talked about this, but not to this extent on the show before, sorry, not sorry. Okay, so you may have heard this idea, but it recently has reappeared back in my head, and I think I actually want to do something. So I read. I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
I don't know what he's talking about either.
I know you will. So I read about some, and not a huge thing, not a book. I can't find anything really extensive about this. In 1967, there was a.
Your age, your birth.
Maybe you were conceived at this. Has your mom ever been to Cuba?
God, in her mind.
Fair enough. So maybe in her mind you were conceived in this. So in 1967, Fidel Castro actually put together this conference in Cuba about protest music. And they invited musicians from like 18 different Latin American countries to come and both perform and discuss how protest music can change the world and just, create a network kind of thing. And I can't find like any like books on this, at least in English anyway, or documentaries or anything like that. I just read and I've actually...
Where'd you read about it?
ARG, something on the internet, so it must be true.
Okay. Oh, I thought it was a pirate.
No.
Oh, ARG, not
Right, no. So I actually reached out to a few activisty people who I know who are more into music than just listening to the radio.
Do you have any Cuban friends?
I don't think it's necessarily a Cuban thing. I think it's more of a revolutionary thing.
Okay,
right.
I'm trying to think, do we?
Just because you're Cuban doesn't mean you. It's like just because you're American, you're not going to know about some of the radical shit here either. So I've done this in the past. I actually, I had lunch a couple times with people who, we just had a chance to catch up. But I also wanted to ask about this, and they were all like, "No, man, I never even heard of this thing." Mm-hmm. So literally in my feed today somewhere, this popped up about this album that was put out of different music from that conference or whatever, or inspired by that conference. And I just started thinking, I want to do that. Mm-hmm. Not in Cuba. It would be here in Rochester, New York, which hotbed of activism, I know. But this would take years to plan a conference on protest music and invite musicians and people in more independent versions of people in the business and have them come into town. And I just thinking of the venues in town, I'm still conflicted on what time of year to do it. But
can you get Tom Morello to be?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Folks like Tom Morello, Henry Rollins.
He's like up there almost.
I would want Rollins. Chuck D. I'm just riffing. Someone new who I'm just starting to get into, Carsey Blanton. And I would start asking people what genres. Doesn't even have to be in English. Just start.
There's probably some great stuff in other languages we don't even know.
Right. Right. Yeah. And so that's that's this idea I have, and not only that, and I've started already in my head. You know how my head works. I've already got 17 ideas. I don't know what to do with it.
The French are kind of badass. I bet there's some good French protest songs.
Yeah,
they love a good protest. I got to say that about the French. I dig that.
The really legit ones who I would want to be a part of this probably couldn't afford to get here. That's kind of the problem. Like, yeah, if you reach out somehow, if I actually wanted to, which I don't, to reach out to like Bono. Mm-hmm. Fucking Bob Dylan or somebody. Fuck those guys.
No, I don't want them.
Yeah, I don't want those folks. I want people who are actually fucking doing shit and not just meeting with kings and shit. And look at my picture. I'm meeting with the king of Sweden. Whatever. Fuck
don't
off.
Care.
Right. So that's. This just of all the venues in Rochester, we could like get people performing in them, maybe to make some money. They can sell some of their shit. Make this like a ridiculous activist type thing. We'd have to book like the convention center here that's never booked for anything in town.
Right.
Right.
Damn, I'm seeing this vision.
Right.
I'm seeing this.
And then from what we talked about, we could have a part of it with artists like not what's art on things. What's art? What's that called? Art on stuff.
Artists. What are you talking about?
Well, but I'm talking about musical artists. But what's
fine artists?
Fine artists.
Fine arts.
Thank you. I didn't.
Fine arts, performing arts, all the time.
Yeah, having like parts of that be incorporated in it too, and how those two can intersect, and all that kind of shit. And the stuff that I've been doing for years, trying to change the world and running for office and doing and protests and all that jazz, and now the stuff lately, Cool Cats for Change and all that. But I still have a fondness. I'm using that term silly on purpose. It's being used to be silly, but I mean, there's still a background in me that likes music, that always has. Even though as I've gotten older, I've kind of gotten away from that a little bit. But the idea of the activism part and bringing all that shit together, based on this thing that happened in 1967 in Cuba, I think I want to fucking do this. Maybe 2025. It would take at least that long.
It would take at least.
So I don't even know what time of year, because most musicians, they tend to be on tour. They tend to go around when the weather's nice. So I'm thinking if you do it in, not when the weather's nice, more people will be available. But it's fucking winter in Rochester.
What about the fall?
Fall's so busy here.
You're still-
It is, isn't it?
So I don't
March.
even March.
Well,
It's
like
so
March or
dreary here in
April.
March.
It's like I know, but it might
people
be
won't
okay,
won't be doing
though.
stadium tours yet or anything like
No,
outdoor
but
stuff.
People aren't going to want to come out in that kind of weather. Where are you going to?
Well, but all this is going to be indoor.
You're right.
I think they will because we get bored. We look for shit
You're
to
right.
do.
And it'd be hard. I would assume people would travel for this.
But a lot of college campuses, and I know the Coast kids, but that's spring break is March time, isn't it?
So I'm here. So this is why. This is good. So spring would be good, but while college is still around. Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, that you could on spring.
Because we have an ass ton of. Everyone has an ass ton of colleges, but there's a lot of
We
colleges.
got a lot of colleges here. Yeah.
Okay.
And college kids like to protest, right? Isn't that a thing?
Well,
Some
apparently that's gone down, but
Yeah, but
hopefully it'll come back up.
I'll say early spring
I would say early spring.
because there's no huge
April's
things
nice.
happening. Yeah. Well,
April's a good time.
I'll start comparing and looking when.
April's Easter, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. I'll,
Oh yeah, see when Easter's on that year.
Fucking Easter. Everything, all that's just gonna be like ridiculous.
What about
I know, but you have to
then Passover,
you gotta,
right.
You got to
Yeah.
think about Passover and Easter and all that shit, though. You have to. I mean, if you're going to do it that time, you got to. I know.
No, I know,
You and
this
I
is
know. We're none. I don't think
we're-
anybody here is into the religion thing too
No,
much.
but we're
I mean,
brainstorming. This is
No,
what I
but
need to
those
know.
are family tradition things
Yeah,
that
yeah.
people
Yeah,
do
Of
travel
course.
for and don't.
So I actually had an idea too, and I actually reached out to my daughter today because she used to work for this outfit, and I asked, and I was like, so if I had an idea, a musical idea that I think the Rochester Philharmonic Orchestra should do, who would I get in touch with? Because the RPO could do a thing while this is going on, like protest music with tubas or whatever the fuck they do. I know, something like that.
they do. Hey,
They do Star Wars. They do,
They do stuff
Harry
at the
Potter.
beach.
They do all this crazy shit. And if I give them 2 years ahead, they can start doing whatever they want
Might
to
be able
do.
to get in touch with East. I mean, if you find out.
No, I already
Eastern
got. She
students.
already, because I had somebody in mind, and she said, "Yeah, he's probably good, but eventually you're going to be talking to that person."
Yeah, so you'd have to. I would. That's what I'm saying. Eastman students.
Oh, not even so. There apparently, I'll tell the story, but I won't drop the name. There is a person, a prominent person who is a musician in the Rochester Philharmonic Orchestra, who knows me, and I didn't know he knows me because when my daughter worked there at some function, he went up and said, "Oh, hey, I know your
Does
dad.
this person play?
I know your dad.
Do I know this person?
You probably know of him. He plays trumpet. You know who it is.
I do know who it
Yeah,
is.
he's pretty famous. In
Yeah,
Rochester. He's a big
around
deal.
Rochester.
Yeah. But
He also
apparently,
used to shop at Parkley. That's
oh, I'm
why.
sure he did. But he knows who I am, and I didn't know
Also,
he
if
knew
it's who I
was.
think it is, I think he's rather handsome.
Okay. Yeah, we know who it was.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it here if I haven't talked to him at all. I'm not gonna put it here.
No, he's
Like,
a very nice
I'm
person.
sure he's a regular listener of the Stuart Podesta
Yes,
show.
well,
so,
maybe
yeah.
we should tell him to be.
Yeah. So anyway, I just all these ideas are starting to come in about bringing fine arts. Thank you. And let me write that down somewhere. If I put art stuff, I would put fine.
Fine art. Yeah, because fine art's
Fine
important
arts.
to really-
I got stuff for RPO. Now we're in early spring. That's good when college are still around. I got to look out for holidays. I got to. The person who helped us with the booking when we got Lee Camp to come to town, she can totally. I haven't talked to her obviously. Start working on venues and shit like that, and then just start reaching out and gonna need sponsors, but it would be too ironic to get big corporations to do this, right? So we'd have to look for. We talk about how these awesome companies that we're affiliates of at StuartPodesta.com. Just another plug. I just worked it in. We can get like that. folks
or
like that.
and local
yeah.
people who are cool and down for sticking it to the man.
Absolutely. Like
And
I'm
there's-
not. I
yeah,
can
there's
think of
plenty.
one.
There's plenty of places around
I can think
here
of one
that
music shop I will not ask.
I already know which one it is. Does it start with a B?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Yes.
Do you remember why? Okay.
I do know why, but it's not just for me. It's
For me,
different.
it's that.
I know, but
Fuck
for
that
me,
guy,
he bothered me one time. I went in there.
He's pretty bothersome. That guy's bothersome.
Yeah, he really made me mad. I went in there because it was during record store day. You go to a bunch of different record stores and buy records, and
Like you
so right. So I went to that one, and I went to a couple other ones, and I went home. I played all the records. The one I bought, I'm not going to say the name of it. Whatever, I don't have to. But the one that person works at is the proprietor of one of those. It was very skippy. It was very skippy. It's an old. It was from like the 80s. I'm like, okay, it happens, So I brought it back and had no intention of getting my money back. I just wanted to get something else. I mean, I still want a record. Not this one. He gave me shit about it. Well, he asked about my turntable. I told him, well, you really should probably have a better turntable because if you don't have a better turntable, then records aren't going to sound. I'm like, whatever, dude. And I'm like, I played every other record that I bought that day. All of them played except for that one. So just want to exchange it for something else. And I ended up even exchanging it for something I had to pay a little extra for. I think I bought a Black Flag, something vinyl. But
Did you tell him you have a close and play? Just to fuck with him?
It didn't even matter what I fucking had.
I know.
He should have just agreed that, oh, I'm so sorry that didn't play for you. He could have looked. I mean, he could have looked at it and said, "Oh, that's so strange. I don't know why it didn't play for you, but sure, of course,
He
I'll
could
get
have
you
switched it
something
out
else."
and then sold it to somebody else like a dick.
Yep.
But
he didn't.
It didn't. And right, he just had to be a dick about it and say, "Well,
Right.
your stuff is subpar, and that's probably why it doesn't work." And I'm like, "Yeah, fuck you."
Yeah, the person
I've never, and I used to shop there a lot when they were in Village Gate, a lot in the 80s, a lot.
When I was. Well, when they're at the Village Gate, they still do live music stuff there, but they used to do live music at the Village Gate. And the person I was dating before I met my wife, who's been on the show, was performing there for one of their things. And
Well, he has a stinking huge crush on her.
oh, he was totally hitting on her
Such
right in front of me.
Wow.
I'm like
Huge crush on
literally
her.
right there. I'm like, hey,
Hi.
hey.
Boyfriend.
Yeah, I'm like, what a dick. You're such a cunt.
He was a cunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that guy.
In the British style, not the
Whatever.
don't say
I
that
think it's
word
a funny
in the US.
word. I don't know. Dan and I use that word all the time. We think it's funny.
The Irish like to say it too.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't care.
Well,
They
I
also
think it's
say
funny.
mother's milk.
especially if your name's Kevin.
Kevin, you cunt.
Kevin.
Kevin,
you
you
know that
cunt. Oh, it's a video. You have to watch it later.
British, Irish, whatever it is.
Whatever,
British,
I don't know.
sheep farmer. There's these YouTube
Goats.
videos.
Goats. It was a goat.
I thought it was sheep, dude. But
No, because goats are terrible. No, that's what goats do. They're terrible. It was goats. Either way, it's
Either
sheep
way.
or goat.
he names them. He names all of them, and it's Kevin is a cunt. In fact, I think that might be the name of the video.
He's like, Kevin,
is a
you
cunt.
cunt.
is a cunt.
Kevin's a
And
cunt.
the whole video is him just walking around watching Kevin act like this and him calling him a cunt.
Yeah,
for
it
like
was definitely a
10
goat because
minutes.
he was like jumping onto. He was like
Yeah.
jumping onto like rocks and then jumping onto one of the other
Taking
goats
other
or whatever.
people's food,
taking other food.
animals' food.
And
Yeah.
Kevin's a
this
cunt.
Yeah.
Kevin was acting like a right
And this
cunt.
whole thing was this guy just calling him.
Kevin, you
Kevin,
cunt.
you
Why,
cunt.
what are you doing? Kevin, you cunt.
So-
It was hilarious.
So you're welcome. Go
Go
look
find
for
it.
All right, let me put it down. I'll link.
Kevin the cunt.
Yeah. So the cat, one of the cats, when Getty was still alive, when he was acting up, Kevin.
Oh, that's right. You do
His
used to
name
call
was
that one
Kevin.
Kevin.
We used to call him Kevin.
Kevin, 'cause
Yeah.
he was being a cunt.
I'm gonna start calling Dominic. He won't know what I'm
So when I was dealing with the Black Lives Matter and that douchebag who's still around kind of, but his name
He's
was
Kevin.
Kevin. I was
He is
like,
Kevin the
pretty
cunt.
perfect. It was,
Yeah, he is
the
Kevin.
universe was saying, yeah, don't name your kid Kevin. And if there's anybody out there named Kevin, sorry, dude.
Yeah, it's like if you're a really nice person named Kevin, I'm really sorry.
Here's the thing. Okay,
Just
you know
like
what?
anybody
just
whose
like-
name's Karen.
Exactly.
naturally
I have
my
some-
age, and I
yeah.
feel
I'm
so
gonna
bad.
change-
I know.
for
I have
them.
some lovely friends named Karen, and I feel bad for all of
All
them.
right, I'm going to change my rule. I'm going to change my rule about you can't give yourself a nickname. The exception, if your name's Kevin, give yourself a nickname.
Please.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Or Karen.
Whatever. Yeah. Unless you actually are a Karen or a Kevin. Then
Although
don't.
they might, some might wear it proudly.
Yeah. No. If you're actually a cunt, then don't.
And the
give
name's
yourself-
App.
Cunt.
Then your nickname now is cunt. Actually, so you already have one. So there. Just
There,
told you.
already happened.
I
Already
told
happened.
you. All right. So I don't know. Any just off the top of your head? Remember, we're brainstorming. We're spitballing. There's no such thing as bad ideas. What else can we do? Like
How about right
bouncy
in the
house?
beginning of the year? Do it then.
Why beginning of the year?
New year, new you. I don't know. Just came to me. Nothing happens in January.
That's
Well, if
kind of a
anything-
fact because in January, I mean, you have New Year's
But
Eve
again,
and then
it's
nothing.
people flying into this. Is unfortunately
Again,
know.
flying.
school doesn't start up. Colleges don't start up again
Well, it would
towards
be
the
late.
end of January.
Yeah, it would be late January then.
It would, yeah. You're right.
If we want the college crowd, for sure.
Yep.
Well, I mean, definitely the Eastman School of Music. And then, so if folks, Eastman School of Music is world renowned.
Yes. There are Grammy winners that have come out of that school.
That yeah, and that's where we are. So yeah, totally try to involve them. Although if they're going to be, they can be pretty stick up the ass at times.
Well, I have a friend who, somebody I went to school with out in the Livonia, and he ended up going to Eastman, and he is a Grammy winner.
Well, I know,
He played with the Silk Road Ensemble, and if anyone y'all know that, I'm guessing. Well, Yo-Yo Ma was in that ensemble, so I'm like, yeah, my friend used to play in an ensemble with Yo-Yo Ma, whatever, you know.
Yo-Yo
I
Ma,
gotta-
he still owes me $20.
No, that's just your mom.
No, my mom, I owe her $20.
Yeah, probably. It's
Yeah,
like if
there's- it's not
anything.
gonna- just, no.
Excuse me.
Yeah, no, the Eastman School of Music can be kind of stick up the ass-ish at times. But we'll reach out. We'll see. That'd be awesome.
Well, you know, now that I technically work for U of R.
Oh, that's true. I
and
shouldn't say that. I'm
meet-
sorry.
No, it's okay. But I do meet, like, I meet some, people into that. And
we do know
they're,
someone.
they're just as awkward as the rest of everybody else I know there. Like, that's one of the things I do love about where I work. Like, so many people are kind of, like, awkward because so many of us are, like, on the artsy way in some
I work
way.
with a bunch of therapists.
Yeah,
Talk
so
about
you
awkward.
know, like when you're around your people, like, we're all awkward or like, oh, whatever.
Just be
Would
yourself.
Carrie? Would you say that? Now I'm totally changing subjects, but you started this. Wouldn't you say that the therapist people who aren't awkward are the ones you got to worry about?
Yup. Absolutely.
I've never given it thought until you just said something.
Absolutely.
I've never thought about that before. It's the
Oh yeah, they're hiding some shit.
If they're a little too good, a little too polished, I don't know. Yeah, no. I love my therapists. You can tell they are they're genuine, like, which makes most quirky people are genuine. You know.
a lot of folks.
I
who
had
are-
one therapist. She comes in my room and she'll just lay on the ground and go, "Help me," and then she'll hop back up. But I did buy her a therapist on a couch. It's a desk where it's Freudisms that. Yeah.
It's a little much.
These are people that work with
teens.
teens that are in crisis, mental health crises. They kind of have to be a little quirky, don't you think?
Probably to make them feel comfortable.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's been my experience that the majority of people, at least the ones who are good at working in the mental health field, whether it's at the counselor, like upper graduate level, or even just the on the floor.
Yep.
You have your own issues.
Yeah.
Like more pronounced. Like we all have issues.
Well, some
More
of the best
pronounced.
therapists,
Right.
Well,
Just
you
like
have to
some
have
of the best
empathy, don't you feel? Like,
That's
I feel
yeah.
like you kind of have to understand it and have the empathy.
our
a little.
students and my students and
Yeah.
I just talked about
The-
this
the-
about people that can be sometimes the ones that go through it are some of the best people to help others go
Yeah.
through it.
Yeah.
It's knowing when it's getting in the way of you helping someone. Your own issues are getting. If that's the only time you get I don't want to say dangerous. That's a little much, but the time where you might want to, you need some feedback saying, hey, but your issues are like getting involved in your helping the other people.
Agreed.
Because I've had that.
It's like on The
Absolutely.
Sopranos.
Absolutely.
If anybody watched did you watch The Sopranos?
Unfortunately.
Well, Lorraine Bracco's character, though, that was exactly what she was. Her therapist was like, yeah, you're getting way too involved with us. Like she was having problems being involved with that. It's like, and I mean, true, it's a TV
Well,
show,
that-
but
I
I
think-
bet that happens though. I'm guessing that
But
happens.
I think what he means is involved with understanding the same mental health issue, not involved with each other type thing. Like,
Oh,
there's a
it can't be
difference.
both, though. No, it can't be. I'm just.
Okay. All right,
Yeah, no,
all right.
I've seen both.
And I've seen some kids that do not connect with a therapist, and you do have to switch up, which
Oh.
which makes me feel like they're actually even more genuine
I've done that.
because that's true.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, but yeah, maybe quirky isn't the best word for it.
I don't know. I love quirky.
I do too, but other
love
people don't.
quirky people.
Not everybody takes quirky as a good thing. One of my therapists,
I like to drink with quirky people. I don't know.
the therapist, she has a shirt that says something about if you're not
One of your
weird,
best friends
then
is
we won't
quirky.
get
You
along,
love
or-
me.
Being true to who you are is being different. I don't know, something like that. But
It's a long for a T-shirt.
I put a whole bunch of them on. It's kind of like you got to really get up close and read
Gotta look at your boobs.
That's God.
and
That'll
attach.
get me into trouble.
What's this thing called?
No, I swear, I'm just reading your shirt. I swear.
I'm not looking at your boobs
Monocle
at all.
attached in case you need to get up close.
Sorry.
It's a
like I'm
whole new
12.
take on a
I
graphic
swear.
tee.
I wasn't looking at your pokies. I swear.
Can you move this over here? It's bumped right here.
Yeah. Right. Oh, you got,
Sorry.
You got,
Is that a period? Nope. Nope. Let me move it.
you got some on your shirt there. Man. Wow, that went weird.
Quick.
Yeah. All right. So any other ideas or something? I mean, obviously there's pre-stuff. I mean, there's a lot of work that would need to be done on this.
So the whole thing is protest music,
Yeah.
but the
role of
emphasis
it.
on music.
I think that would be the center of it, and then everything else would be peripheral, if I may use a big fancy word. But yeah, I think there could be.
Well, it could be like a music festival type of thing, music learning thing, music thing, and then you have like vendors and stuff
Well,
that
definitely a
sell other
conference. Yeah,
shit
yeah.
that
Because
that
there's a
goes
lot of-
along with that.
But again, I was going to say poetry and stuff like that, but that's more musical too. Anyway,
Poetry goes along with that. Ooh, we might know somebody who's a poet that does spoken word.
I was thinking a lot of spoken
Hello.
word for this kind of stuff.
Julian
And
Foster.
there are some schools, I think. Doesn't School of the Arts?
Oh yeah,
do
write
some?
Julian's name down because he'd be somebody we want to talk to.
I think we have local spoken word people here.
We
in the
do have
city.
local that's what I tell him to write. We have a mutual friend who does spoken word,
Yeah.
and he actually travels and does it.
Cool. Yeah.
Goes on tour. So I call it cool and shit.
Yeah. No, good stuff. This is very helpful. If this is where so I've come back in a month, I'll be like, oh, I can't do it. But this is something I think I would really, a lot of things in here that I could totally like sink my teeth into, if I may use a cliche.
I feel like we could also think about, write this down, we could think about using the refinery campus for this too. There's a possibility.
I don't.
Where Flint Street is, like the refinery campus.
Oh, is that what it's called?
It is.
I did not know what that meant. Okay.
The Exchange Flint Street campus.
We'd have to talk about that one. I'm not visualizing that. I haven't been there,
I am.
though. I understand, but I'm not being there. I haven't been there yet.
Right. Well, I mean, for example, so Jerry's space is definitely a space where there could be people singing and stuff. Could be one of those places. One of the places that could be. I'm just thinking. And because Alex does know musicians and stuff too. He knows rap artists and stuff that would probably go along with that whole
Yeah. Well, okay.
local rap.
I know that. I would rather have them into something at like the convention center. Just because I think getting people from other places around the country or even the world, I think it'd be a little bit more legit at a convention center than
Right.
the refinery, which nobody would know what that is.
Right. Good point.
Is Rochester a good venue for this?
Yeah, it is because that's where I live.
Gotcha.
And as the person who would be
planning lives
doing
here.
98% of the work on this. Yeah.
Lives in Rochester.
Pretty
so-
much where it's going to happen. I mean, it's no Cuba, but what can I tell you?
No Cuba.
I'll fucking
Whatever.
I'll get a goddamn panini press and I'll be fucking making Cubans.
There
and
you go.
that's what
Oh damn. Oh, them are good.
Oh my God, they're amazing.
I know. I'm like, oh, I would be. Yeah.
Oh, you mean the sandwich? I'm sorry.
Sandwiches. Sandwiches.
Yes.
I mean, Cubans are cute too. My grandfather, when he was in the Navy, said he had time at one point, and he spent some time in Cuba, and said that the people there were super nice, and the ladies were beautiful, and it's one of the few times in his entire life that he got drunk. Because he wasn't a drinker, because his dad was an alcoholic. So my grandfather wasn't a drinker, but that was one of the few times in his life he got drunk was when he was in Cuba. I thought it was a cute story.
That is cute.
He was like, "Oh my God, Cuba's so great. The people and everything else."
It really is evil. They really are evil there.
Who? Cuba?
Yeah. They get sober people drunk. That's horrible.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure nobody made him drink. I bet he did it
I'm
himself.
just-
I'm like, I have a feeling
You
he
say the
made it
same thing about the
himself.
Stuart Pedasso show.
Yeah.
So-
I just think it's cute. I like to picture my grandfather like having like tossing down some rum and dancing with like the Cuban ladies and stuff. I just like little
The very first time you drink, can you imagine? Oh my gosh. You probably.
So who, whether it's a specific name of a person or a title or like someone who is a standing in Rochester kind of thing. So if I want to actually make this thing happen, who should be the next person I talk to? Because I have so many ideas and people who I could talk to, but who would be the next person to really make this kind of start taking off?
Who do we know who's
That's what I'm.
in? Like, I have friends who are in that.
Yeah.
Steve Prinzen might be somebody. He's done some help there.
I need more of a shaker. No offense to any.
No, I'm just thinking about people that can, who've done promotions and stuff. I'm just thinking about promoters.
Yeah, I'm not
I
at
have
that
promoter.
level.
It's like I have promoter friends.
No, I'm literally at like how do you do a festival? Kind of how do you do a conference? Okay, how do you do a conference?
Oh, I'm clueless.
See, I'm surprised you don't know that. Oh, what about Chris? Chris.
I have I have some kind of experience, but again, I don't know everything. Nobody
Chris.
does. I know what you're talking about.
Okay, sorry. That'd be one. I would say J Ro, but J Ro's way too involved with too many things. Don't ask him to do anything right now.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, he could probably help, but don't ask him to do anything.
Well, like I
right
said, this is going to be. If we're talking,
he's so busy.
at least. So, oh man, that's not even a lot of time. Shit, this might be.
This might be 2026.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, you're shooting.
I was saying 2025, but
That's
now I'm thinking
nuts.
6.
Yeah.
Because this
I
is
mean-
the end of 23. This is the end of 23.
Yeah, that means you'd have.
It's like a year and a
half,
month.
maybe.
Yeah, a year and a
that's
month.
Enough time.
Not a
That's
lot of
enough time.
Just to put your feelers out to have people come back to you before you even. That's going to take a lot of time.
All right.
I
Well,
think you should shoot 26.
yeah, 26. See, this is why I'm having this conversation. And folks, you're listening to this, and so you can start your own.
Do we need a lawyer on our?
I'll find a lawyer. Jeez, if I only know any
Hey, if
lawyers
only you knew somebody. If only you had any friends that were lawyers
who listen to the show.
Do you have
who
any
might
friends
listen to
that
the
are
show.
lawyers? Oh, really? I don't.
Do you know his friend who's a lawyer?
No.
Oh yeah, like one of his besties is a lawyer, so that's why we're
Son-in-law's
joking.
a lawyer.
Yeah, no,
Not this kind of law, but I'm sure.
He can put you in the direction though.
Yeah.
can
No,
point you in
whatever.
directions.
I'm just.
If
so-
you need one, he would at least tell you if you really need one or not.
Oh, I'm sure
I guess
there's
what I
somebody.
meant is
to
like
research.
permits and all that stuff. I don't
Oh
know why
yeah,
I
yeah.
went to a lawyer.
Actually,
all of a
no,
sudden.
no. I already got.
Yeah, you
We
know.
already
that
know who
kind
to
of
go to for
person.
that.
Yeah, permits we can do.
And I already know who to talk to about the whole.
So who are you going to reach out to?
What do you mean, music wise?
Just in general, not to get this up, but who do you want coming in?
Music wise.
Is that it? I thought it was more than just music, but okay.
Well, that's what I'm asking you. Is that what you're referring mean?
I mean everything in general.
Well,
not
all
just
the
music.
all the non-music because I,
I don't
want
mean
this
the,
to
I
be.
don't mean the performers. I mean who are you getting?
That's what I'm saying. I want this to be like that conference in Cuba. Fidel invited musicians. He probably didn't do as much as I'm thinking in terms of the business aspect of it, of how you can get music out. Because now,
Probably back then he probably didn't have to have those thoughts.
Yeah, because
it was
now
just like
it's
just get a
everything
bunch of
with
people
digital.
together.
You got to have
Yeah.
people there. I want people there who are experts in like streaming shit and selling shit online. I want to help get that music out there. So,
I mean, my sister-in-law probably can give you some advice, but I don't know how much she might be involved. But she definitely has. She's got contact. Actually, she's got contacts. Nita Aviance.
yeah. So all right. So cool. That's awesome. I'm ready to go. I'm going to start brainstorming and just
She's
make
not
a big.
Beyonce, so.
That's fine. I don't want Beyonce at this.
Well, there'd be a lot of people to show up, but it's not the right thing. It's not what we're
Right. I don't need
No
people
offense
just
to
want to
UK,
come.
it's just not.
People want
it's
to come
not
see
the look we're
Beyonce.
going
That's
for.
not the
right. That's not
goal
the
for
thing
this.
we're doing.
This is to fuck shit up.
Yeah.
This is not to,
I don't
to
know.
go.
If, I don't know.
Look at
If, I don't know if
Beyonce's
Bae
ass or
wants
something.
to fuck shit up. I mean, probably on some level, but
Look, her and Jay-Z give money to things without question. But if
I'm
you
sure
have
they do.
that much wealth, and yeah, I'm good.
Don't you want to kind of reach into the young kids too, though?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm not even at that place yet. I want to
okay.
find. I'm already what time of year I was stuck with. That's good, and I had in my head 2025, and that's not going to work. It's got to be 2026, earliest. And yeah, no, just some other stuff. Just this has been very helpful.
It'd be interesting to have something going along with it, like somehow getting people to, like, I don't know.
I want to bring old and new in. Of all different genres. I don't want it to be just like folk
Like a
stuff
showcase for
and-
new music type thing, too.
it can be. Honestly, I
it'd be nice
really-
to have a little bit of everything.
I would like this to be more a focus for musicians who do this kind of music to help them get their music out there, or even I'm going to use this word, but in a more revolutionary kind of way, the business aspect of it, of in today's world, how to get your shit out there so it has an effect. So I don't want people who are caring about how many downloads they get or streams or CDs they sell. I want it to be more about how their music can be more effective in changing the world. So it's inviting people who that's really their goal.
But the more downloads you get,
Yeah,
That's how you
right.
change
But
the
that
world.
can't be the main.
you don't want the capitalism part of
Right.
it. But you got to have some of that in there to get it going.
No, you don't actually. You can have it. No, you can if it's creating an alternatives to get music out there that's not just about rich people making more money off of you. And that's where it comes to music labels and that whole dynamic of when you sign a record deal, you get totally screwed. Absolutely, totally screwed.
So this is, okay. So like you said, a festival. So it's more not just getting it out, but the people that create it getting together.
I just thought
A
of something.
Woodstock for
Well, no,
that
I'm thinking
type.
more of a literal conference. Like we would go for professional development,
Yeah.
but then have the performing aspect as part of it, like surrounding it as well at the same time. But really, I want this to be because again, my goal of being an activist, I want these folks coming in to help them have their stuff fuck shit up, so to speak.
Okay.
So it would be workshops on how to not have to kowtow to the capitalists, how to get your music out there without having to go to fucking Sony or David Geffen if he's even still alive or whatever those wankers are, not having to go to those freaks to get their shit out.
Right.
So it'd be something that's a little bit more collective.
You know, I have. I know through the mag. I know somebody who is on the board for Center for Youth, and it's not who you think it is.
Fair
It's
enough.
actually another person.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. I mean, I know that we all know that person, but
If you came to me with that person, I'd be like, bro, come on.
Bro, dude.
Enough wine for you. I'm
I
cutting
know,
you
I
off.
know, I know. I mean, she's great too, but that's not who I'm talking about.
Right, okay.
No, there's somebody else who's on the board, but this person is also on the board at MAG. And I just found out that we have a connection because I know her son, because we both work together. So this person, I feel like might be somebody. I mean, I wouldn't know how to really reach out to her. I wouldn't want to be too imposing, but I feel like it's the kind of person that if I see her in the store, which I probably will at some point, I'm sure she's going to come in the store and buy stuff. So when I see her, I could maybe just go, hey, can I just talk to you for a second? Just, do you have a moment? Like, I just have this idea, and do you know where we could, how would we get in touch with people at like the Dome Arena or something if we want to do something there? Like this person is a wealthy person, but they did not grow up wealthy. So they're actually exactly the kind of wealthy person I would want to be. If I could be wealthy, I would want to be this person, because this person and their husband actually do a lot in the Rochester community, and the Rochester community doesn't even know about it, like, because they just do it.
Well,
I mean, I know about
I just
it,
want to
but-
know who this person is now.
Well, I can't say it on the air. So.
No, I know that. I know I meant after. Well, 'cause
Yeah, I'll talk about
we're
it.
well. Oh shit, dude, we're like way over. Okay.
okay.
Yeah. No, we are good. So, all right, cool. So hopefully I'll be giving you updates on this. And if you know any radical musicians out there, tell them that you've heard this and there's an idea. And stay tuned. I don't even know what we're gonna call it.
Yeah.
Dave Fest. No, I'm kidding. We're not.
Fest,
Not even stupid.
Cuntfest.
I don't know.
Cuntfest. Oh, it's tentatively called Cuntfest.
But Dave Fest is actually sort of funny though, only because Dave is just like what everybody knows a Dave, so it's sort of funny only because it's
Well,
like
it'd be Kevin Fest or something.
no, because Kevin's
that's
are
true. That'd
Kevin's
be
are cunts.
Chuck
Yeah,
Fest,
I
that's
couldn't
true.
come up with a name. I
Yeah,
was going to
Kevin's are
say
cunts.
Kevin.
No, Dave Fest is funny.
Kevin
anyway.
Palooza?
What'd you say?
Kevin Palooza.
Kevin Palooza. No.
Jesus.
All right,
Palooza.
we'll be back next week. As usual, Lord knows what. I'll have this all worked out by next week.
Yep.
All the details. I'll have
Everything will be ready.
booked. I'll have the musicians, the
Promoters,
venues,
everything.
I'll even have the bumper stickers.
Yep.
Yeah, it's all set.
Yep.
So until that time, look, have a good week. Chill out. Do something nice and do something to fuck shit up.
Yep.
And
Please
they
do.
can-
Yep.
It
Bye.
it can even be the same thing.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
All right.
You're going on vacation to a Spanish-speaking country. You've tried all the language apps, but all you can do is ask someone to take you to an unnamed hotel. That's not a vacation. You're there to have some fun. That's why we invented Ficken, the new language app that teaches you what you really want to know.
Okay, Ficken, how do I say, who does a guy have to blow around here to get a blowjob?
¿A quién tiene que chupar un tipo por aquí para conseguir una mamada?
Nice.
Pickin'. I need a local to fuck me in the ass.
Necesito una persona local que me folle en el culo.
That's some vacay you got planned, Guara. What else can Ficken help you with?
Where's the orgy?
¿Dónde está la orgía?
Anything else?
Necesito encontrar un poco de achís.
Hey, thanks, Ficken.
De nada, mi amigo.
Ficken is the #1 language app for real people who like to do real things. Go to where you usually get apps and download Ficken before you take off for that trip you've been planning. The sooner you get it, the more fun you'll have.
Ficken, how do you say, I need a bail bondsman?
Necesito un fiador de fianzas.
Ficken, don't travel without it.
No seas un putz.